that you could do. So Petrify, he's on a 2-0, a 2-0 here. Rename is only at a 1.64. Now, just because rename might not be a big name, do you really agree with that, SunsFan? I mean, come on.
Yes. Because people have heard of Petrify. He's got second place at the last big tournament. So
I've heard of the Denver Broncos. They haven't won in the last 4 years. Okay?
That's not that long, actually, in the grand scheme of things.
Okay. Well, I got high hopes for this deck. We're talking about red-green, baby. That's pretty powerful. A little bit of ramp, a little bit of time of triumph. Now, many might say that red doesn't have too many options the higher up you go. Really, time of triumph's the only thing you're looking for, but in many cases, it's the only thing that you really need.
Yeah, and this is the one that's running the Lycan.
Yep.
So we're going to see a little bit of variation versus the Drow we saw before. I think you're going to see a little bit more consistency. The fact that Lycan is starting the game versus a Treant Protector is kind of interesting. And the fact that Axe is not starting over a Legion Commander is also interesting. But looks like we are actually in the game.
That is correct. No more time to talk about how interesting it is. Let's see it ourselves. So we have PA. Very fortunate, in my opinion, that she doesn't get put in front of the Bristleback.
Really? That's in your opinion?
In my opinion.
I think in everyone's opinion in this case. Well, Bronze Legionnaire can be placed in either lane 1 or 3. You could go for the arrow to do 4 additional damage to PA right now, or you can just chillax.
Okay. Rename here. Having some problems with the earlier matches, but this could be good. We could see a difference here. Barely
lost. This
is
always a good card to have in your hand, right?
Yep, especially in the early game. Put that down for sure in the next round and see where we go here. However, not looking too hot, as Petrify is seemingly winning this lane for sure, as we start off.
Going to go nice and wide with the Mercenary Exiles, of course. Duel, the only thing in hand for rename, so not going to be of much help. And that is a second Bronze Legionnaire, but this one for Petrify. So it ends up evening out in each respective lane. And Treant Protector will be out very shortly, but the question is, where does Sorla go? This is kind of the name of the game for Petrify, right? To hit that tower.
Oh, boy.
The first lane you don't want to go to, most likely, because you already have a black hero, plus Bristleback is there waiting.
I mean, it's not really a question. You put Sorla in lane 3. She has got to hit a tower. That is all Sorla is good for, is to hit a tower. And if she don't hit a tower, she's worthless. So
that's not it. That's overstating it a bit. But okay,
I don't think
I understand what you're saying.
She's lost. If your Sorla don't hit a tower in the first 3 rounds, you have a 90% chance to lose the game. You know that?
Where did you get that stat?
I looked it up.
Oh, on what?
Stats.com.
Wow, that's a good one. Well, Oglodi Vandal's going to come here to block the Bristleback. Going to be saving initiative, not really much to do here. You don't want to waste any duels, despite having an extra one in your hand, which is always nice.
Yikes.
Selemane's favor pretty much has to be played in this last lane.
Yep.
Which will be the case. Doesn't really open up that many plays right now with no Berserker's Call in hand for that third lane, but enough magic could be used if needed.
Do you save your mercenaries here and give them a little bit of money?
Yeah, I think it's not bad. Of course, it takes half the value of your gold, rounding down, so it only gains 1 HP and 1 attack, but I think that's definitely worth it.
Could have played a Bronze Legionnaire, though, but I guess that would have died, right, with the buffed up damage from Lycan, so definitely want to try to save that, especially since Lycan's dying this round. You can put that down next round, and your Legionnaire will make it. So
yep, exactly.
Could see something, not too much going on here. He's actually going to duel.
Okay, going for the duel right off the bat.
That's very interesting.
Extra damage being done to the tower.
If he was planning on dueling, did he have to put money into that Legionnaire?
I mean, it was only 3 gold, so it's not that big of a deal.
Sure.
Now the lane is super duper wide. And of course, we're talking about a deck that wants to hit the tower, right?
Super duper.
Yeah, super duper.
Wow.
Petrify only has Tyler State Sensor to play, but it'll be after, in all likelihood, after a play is already made from our ramp deck here.
That is correct. Now, do you want to duel here and just take out Sorla-Khan? I believe you do.
That is the case.
Yep. Sorla-Khan, as I said before, she ain't hitting towers in the first 3 rounds. She ain't doing jack hootie. And she is out of there for today. Legion Commander still with 2 HP. Not too big of a problem coming up later. So let's see how this bad boy goes here, SunsFan.
That's right, Sir Action Slacks.
SunsFan TV, ladies and gentlemen. You can follow him on Twitter
no.
SunsFan TV. Ladies and germs.
I hate you so much.
I know.
So 7 mana is going to be available for that third lane. Looks like Tinker's going to join Axe for each respective player. This first lane is the most interesting one for me. Neither player is really prioritizing that much in terms of resources.
Sure.
Second lane, of course, looking very, very heavily in favor of Petrify right now.
Oh, and the arrow taking out Legion Commander. Very unfortunate. She would have made it alive to get that hooty cooty coup de grace off in the next round, Sunsi, but not today.
5 mana, so the Emissary and Time of Triumph available next round in this lane if he's able to survive. Of course, with 2 more heroes coming through, that could be pretty big. Of course, you don't want to put too many resources in one lane.
Oh, there we go. March of the Machines. Not going to do... It's going to do a little bit, I guess, but not too effective, especially against the Axe. But, hey.
Well, I think it's also the case that this is... the way that he's looking at it most likely is that this is a lane that's going to be very contested now.
Sure.
This mid lane looking already quite good. I mean, you only have 1 hero, but you're doing a lot of damage to the tower, right?
Yeah.
March of the Machines, maybe not doing that much in respects to damage to heroes, but, I mean, it is 6 damage over 3 turns to the tower, right?
You want to put down that hourglass, right? Yeah, there we go. Okay.
Surviving 1 more turn.
That's it. That's very good. Now we got the option of coup de grace potentially in the next round, and he can do something very rare. He can get rid of all of his cards and only have Hootie. Potentially.
That's true. But the Fountain Flask was enough to make sure that Bristleback does survive through this duel. So the Hourglass will have to wait a couple more turns.
That's unfortunate. He also has Stonehull Cloak here to make sure that he beefs himself up if he'd like to. Keep this Bristleback healthy and flowing, but he might want to save that for the last lane to ensure that he gets that nice Emissary combo.
Yeah, this is a tough call, though, right,
Yeah.
for rename here, because I think you do save this for the last turn, but the question is, will this first lane be completely given up by Petrify?
Yeah.
Probably is the... I would say probably, because the second lane you're not entirely sure if any resources will be applied from rename next turn around, so we'll just have to wait and see where the deploys go.
Here we see the weakness of Sorla Khan. I mean, where does she go? She go in lane 3 now? I mean, now you have to like double up. Oh, hello. Hello, Dolly.
Go on Super Hand. This is going to kill Tinker, and Spring the Trap is going to be able to block a lot of damage and kill Legion Commander.
That is awful.
That is a huge spawn.
That was awful. However, no howevers. That was awful.
However, so now this third lane is actually looking worse than the first lane, I would say. So perhaps Petrify, you know, recalibrates a bit and ends up going to this first lane instead. But it only is 16 damage in that last lane to take out. But you're going against the Celemani's favor, so we'll see what happens. Looks like Sorla Khan will be placed there.
Why? I mean, she's dead. No matter where she goes. With that negative armor going to be popping out on that, Sorla Khan is taken out. And look at that first lane. Lucky creep spawns, I do have to say, though. That is nice. A little bit of blockage
Rename going very heavy in the first lane, thinking that basically my first line, I thought that Sorla might go to the first.
Yeah.
Just because of what transpired in that last turn.
And don't forget, he does have enough magic, so if that last lane, if Sorla's anywhere where she could die, it's just over. Nice arrows, though. Buying a little bit of time, getting that Bristleback away from that tower. That's significant damage that's blocked up there.
Yeah, if he got a duel here, he might just use it.
I would.
Not going to be the case. Celemani's favor available to use. Might just use it in this lane if it doesn't have initiative anyway.
Yep. Could have Red Mist Maul here.
Yeah, could Red Mist the Bristleback to do 5 additional to the tower, which, you know, not too bad.
Wouldn't hurt.
And this mid lane not quite being taken out for Petrify. Has no red cards in hand either.
Yikes.
So we'll have to wait another turn just to take out this tower, which was basically abandoned right away from rename. Like nothing was placed here.
That's rough, but he does have a few options there. Yeah, of course, we're going to see that siege damage coming out from the Red Mist Maul, getting him very close to lethal already. We do still have that coup de grace, though, so he does have an option in that last lane to do something a little bit of tricky, buy himself some time for 3 heroes to come out, but as we're seeing it, Sunsi, whew, Rename's got an easy game on his hands.
Well, Petrify does have initiative, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, Time of Triumph is online and looking super scary. March of the Machines doing damage to the tower, which of course is very helpful. But yeah, coup de grace has to be, I think, has to be played on Treant, which sucks.
Yep.
Now, Berserker's Call would kill you in theory. Time of Triumph is...
And the trap is sprung yet again.
Some more blocks, and of course that minus armor, like you talked about, is enough to just decimate her.
What a horrible... there's no way he could have known that he had 2 of those spring the traps, but really, that Nevermore just... He sold his soul to the wrong demon, SUNSfan. He got destroyed. That was a bad deal.
2 Celemani's favors in the same lane. That is...
Yikes.
That is pretty crazy. And this first lane is looking pretty much unsalvageable. If that is that a word? Unsalvageable?
Absolutely.
Okay.
That's great diction there, SUNSfan.
Thank you.
You can read more diction at SUNSfan TV on Twitter. Go ahead and follow him up on Twitter. He tweets all the time complicated words that you'll never forget.
Yes. And I berate Sir Action Slacks all the time.
Absolutely.
So if you really hate him, then that's a good place to follow as well.
That's right. That's we call that Exhibit A on my countersuit against you.
I really like that play, by the way, healing up the Centaur Hunter, because it was going to die to the March of the Machines. But of course, it does leave Legion Commander quite low. We'll go down to 1 HP after the March of the Machines procs.
And the laser will insta-killer from Tinker.
That's right. But the initiative actually is with Petrify right now. Of course, no Blink Daggers in tow, so no crazy shenanigans to come for anyone here, looks like.
Let's take a look at our initiative coming out. Yeah, this is horrible. He still has enough magic.
Yes, he does.
This is real bad.
But he doesn't have initiative.
That's
the important thing. So it will be passed. Of course, Petrify does have the Potion of Knowledge, but does not want to give up that precious, precious initiative, as we've talked about so many times before.
All right, come on, Petrify. You got this. Easy laser to kill the Legion.
Yeah, laser kind of does have to be played just right off the bat. You have nothing, really.
You have nothing.
Yeah. You need to use Potion of Knowledge to draw something that's actually useful, like a coup. Of course, if you're rename, you're assuming that he does have coup right now.
Wait, is this game over? Because he just plays Disciple of Nevermore if this guy plays Time of Triumph, and this game is done.
Well, I think enough magic, it has to be played right now, right? That's very, very important.
If you don't play enough magic, you have lost this game. This is a scary moment. We'll rename.
It's possible he just passes.
You think so?
Not knowing what's in the opponent's hand right now.
That would be, but then you got a Potion of Knowledge coming out from Petrify.
Right. Well, I don't think, I mean, do you Potion of Knowledge at that point? I'm not sure.
Why not?
Because you're scared of this enough magic. I believe he's running 3. Yeah, he's running 3 in this deck, so you know that it's very likely he has
You
one
still get
right
7 damage. I mean, that's against 12. That's worth it for me. Absolutely. I hold off.
All right, going for the Jaspers to be able to get this kill through combat phase, but
you got to
Disciple.
Potion. Don't do it.
I mean, Disciple only adds 2 damage to the tower, though, right? So it's going to end up going down to 3 regardless.
Now, he could play Assault Ladders here.
Right, Assault Ladders into, I mean, that's still going to be 4 extra damage overall, right? So he's 1 off.
Yep.
I think Potion of Knowledge makes a lot of sense.
You have
to see. I mean, if you get coup de grace, then you just win.
I mean, yeah, absolutely.
But I think then you might see the. He's going to go for Disciple right away. I mean, if he gets a Martian, if he gets the Assault Ladders off now, and then gets a Martian Machines from Sorla. Of course, doesn't have it in his hand right now, but ends up being lethal at some point, right?
Absolutely.
In fact, it'll be the following turn. It would be lethal.
But I mean, now we have enough magic. Gonna absolutely play that out. We are gonna see 2 heroes still alive in this lane.
This is a very awkward hand, though. For rename.
Yeah.
Of course, we can see both hands, so it's a lot easier for us to discern what's happening here, right? But if Berserker's Call was available, that would be the dream.
God. I mean, what balls does Petrify have here? If he did have Berserker's Call, he plays down that Nevermore before he sees the mana come out of this guy's hand. He could have just lost the entire game. Huge cojones on this kid.
All right, enough magic does come out. So 3 HP is what the tower is at, which means Martian Machines would take 2 turns to find lethal.
Yep.
Of course, this is... Let me see this Petrified deck here. This is the one with trebuchets, right? So
I mean,
we haven't seen.
Sweet.
No, I'm sorry. This is not. This is the red-black. Yeah. The trebuchet is the blue-black.
You're really pissing me off.
I'm sorry. I'm just really excited to see trebuchets.
He got me so excited for Trebbies.
I know.
Sweet Trebbies.
I know.
All right.
So Treant Protector has to go to that last lane.
Absolutely. We do have Quorum ready to go. However, yeah, that would most likely probably get him some lethal damage there. I mean, that's a lot of damage coming out.
It wouldn't be this turn, but yeah.
Right.
I mean, a simple coup de grace could be enough for Petrify to take this last tower, because only 1 creep for now on the side of rename, the Stonehall Elite. So taking out, I mean, if you put down the Emissary in the first lane, which you assume is going to happen, right? Because you got to go for this 80 potential at some point.
Sure.
I would assume.
Well, big decision here. Is he putting Sorla in the first or the last lane?
Whoa.
The middle lane.
So double Assault Ladders. He doesn't have Oath in this deck.
Does not have Oath.
No. He used his 1 Disciple. I keep looking at the wrong deck.
Is Hoej trying to go for lethal?
He has 3 Disciples in this deck.
What?
Oh, Gloaties as well, potentially. He has 2 Potion of Knowledges, so perhaps...
He's going to go the potions and see if he gets another Disciple, potentially?
Maybe. How much damage is he doing right now? So 31. Of course, if you're rename right now, you're basically saying, okay, I think he might have lethal in this second lane.
Right.
Of course, we don't think he... Oh, there's the Disciple.
Oh, baby.
He only has 8 mana, though, right, in this second lane. So he can only play 2 cards, Disciple and Assault Ladders.
Is that enough?
I mean, that's essentially the same thing as...
He did draw a coup. He drew coup de grace.
All right, so coup in that last lane. Pretty huge. Well, if you kill the Treant Protector, you do have Stonehall Elite. Either way, you have a creep right now from the green side. Gonna go for Time of Triumph.
Interesting.
Right. Really wishes he had a Blink Dagger, though, that's for sure.
I think everybody wishes they had a Blink Dagger right now.
I'm not even gonna bother with the math right now. So Disciple, we'll see. It's gonna add, and this isn't gonna be enough.
But what he doesn't know is that he has Obliterating Orb on Rename, which is gonna take out the Assault Ladders and make sure that nothing gets
I didn't even
done.
see that. That technically doesn't have to use it, though.
Whoa! He did not use it.
Because he's going to lose in 2 turns in that turn anyway, on that lane, right?
He did not use that Obliterating Orb, Sunsfan.
So Berserker's Call ends up killing both Axe and Tinker. And if, I mean, really what you're scared of if your Rename is the Oglody Vandal, which we know is not in his hand.
Right.
That is like an instant win, and there's nothing he could have done about this.
He has no idea, though. In his mind, Oglody Vandal is ready to go. The game is over already, unless, I mean, there's nothing he can do. So we'll see how calm he plays this one.
Yes, let's see his face.
He looks pretty calm to me, Sunsfan. He looks real calm. So I think he's going to play nice and calm here.
You would think so.
So why didn't he use Obliterating Orb? Why didn't he Orb the middle lane?
Because there's no point. He's going to, like, it doesn't do anything this turn. Emissary is played by Rename. Doesn't have much else to do other than Time of Triumph. It's going to buff up these heroes and creeps. And on side of Petrify, if he just, coup de grace the Treant, that's game.
That's it?
So playing the Emissary, actually Stonehall Elite is still there. I forgot that there was 2 Celemane's favors, right?
That's right.
Don't see that too often at this stage of the game. So 12 mana allows him to block again. Won't be able to find lethal this turn. It's going to add 6 damage to what he's doing already.
But he's still, look at that middle lane, though. I mean, there's very little that you can do at this point.
Look at this first lane.
Yeah.
You got another Time of Triumph. I mean, the game might be over in this first lane. Time of Triumph with another additional hero coming through. We'll see.
We do have Legion Commander, however, coming out next round for Petrify. So definitely going to be able to block a decent amount of that damage. He does.
This is such a close game.
This is nuts.
This is insane.
3-3, and it's all coming down to these first 2 lanes, Sunsfan.
He kind of did go all in, hoping that he would find another draw here in the mid lane, for sure.
Yikes. So, Legion Commander, of course, has to go to that first lane and block some kind of damage to prevent lethal.
I mean, that is a good creep as well. Not bad.
Time of Triumph is available, but he knows that he's probably not going to be able to Berserker's Call or kill him because he only has 9 mana and
he's blocking only 1 hero, which is already doing 4 damage. But this is a great creep block as well.
That is very nice.
Time of Triumph will add 12 damage overall.
I think he's done it. I mean,
that's not enough, though.
Yeah, I think Petrify has done it.
Petrify, yes.
Yeah,
maybe.
Absolutely.
We'll see if our math is horrible or not.
No, man, I trust the math. There's no way.
I mean, you have plenty of creeps as well. I think you just go for creep blocks as well. Onto the, the Bristleback is already doing a lot of siege. You don't want to block him. His siege is actually, he's doing 9 siege damage if he gets blocked.
You just let him go. But that was actually so clutch to make sure that he had the initiative in that first lane just to be able to put down that 1 creep. I mean, everything changes now. The only way that he could really win this is if he, I mean, I don't think it could happen. The math was off.
Yeah.
The boy is done. The game is over.
And, of course, he's playing around enough magic, right? If you didn't know if he had another one in his hand, which, of course, he does not.
That's right.
But that was still pretty risky. I think he was hoping and assuming he would pick up an Oglody Vandal at some point in this last lane, but was able to block enough in this one. So looks like Petrify will, unless we're seeing something, not seeing something. See, Berserker's Call will only add 8. This is not nearly enough damage.
Well, let's not forget he also has a Legion Standard Bearer, which I'm pretty surprised he didn't choose to put down in that moment right there. But I guess he's just waiting out. He knows that if something were to happen, it probably would have happened already. So we'll see what happens next.
Time of Triumph with Boots of Travel, so 8 damage on both Lycan and Bristleback combined, right? And then Legion Commander will go to the side.
Yep.
So that'll add an additional 10 damage.
Yep. But we still have that Standard Bearer.
Yeah, lots of blockers, and that, I believe, Rename will not be able to find anything now.
And he
should know that it's nothing
over.
to be done.
No. However.
Yes.
Now listen close here, Sunsfan.
Yes.
Because we could see. Nah, it's over. I mean, hit the button, buddy. Guys, hit the showers. Think about the next game because it done so. Although this guy, I like this guy. Typically, he doesn't. Okay, he went ahead and surrendered.
He doesn't. Nobody gives the blue button. What are you talking about?
I love the blue button.
I do too.
Let your opponent have that victory.
It's a sign of respect. You know, when I'm playing, I appreciate people giving that to me, which is very, I feel like it's a 10% chance that they give me the blue.
It's a gift.
I give it 100% of the time.
I do. I never surrender. I always keep it in.
That is incorrect.
I rage quit against you.
True. That's true.
Which is not surrendering.
You don't concede. You actually just close the game.
I actually just alt-tab out of the game. But we'll go into game 2 here, where we're not going to alt-tab out of the game. We're going to go right back into the action. Ladies and germs, game 1, going to Petrify. We saw that style. He went against that Sorla Khan 90% loss, where he never hit a tower with Sorla, but he still manages to win the game. And that's what happens. I think that our boy here, Rename, might have learned a lesson. Against this deck, these kind of push decks, you can't just abandon the lane.
He has 1 stars aligned.
That's true.
And he has some big boys in his hand. Time of Triumph and Emissary.
Oh.
Sorla not hitting the tower here, but unsupervised artillery, we're finally going to see. This is the Trebuchet deck that we've been hyping up all tournament. It's the black-blue extravaganza aggro deck, if you will.
And there's the artillery coming in so clutch. Let's watch this damage.
Oh! That's nice.
4 damage.
That feels so good.
Oh, kids at home. Turn
Look
off.
away.
Look away. It's horrific damage.
Of course, there's no guarantee that he'll be able to consistently block in that lane, so has to dodge some melee creeps. We'll see if that ends up being the case. And, well, they actually match up against each other nicely.
So where do you put this
I mean,
Kana?
Kana goes mid because of this unsupervised artillery,
That's
I'm
correct.
pretty sure.
Boom.
That's correct.
Oh, that's wrong.
All right, incorrect. He's going to double up on blue in that first lane.
Wrong, sir, wrong.
I mean, he hasn't locked in quite yet, so we'll see.
Why put 2 heroes in the same lane, SUNSfan? 2 blue heroes in when they're the only 2 blues in the deck. Seems like a confusing decision.
I'm not sure.
He doesn't even have any blue cards.
I don't have that much experience with black-blue, to be perfectly honest, although I do love watching it.
I have a lot of experience with black-blue from my middle school days.
I'm not surprised.
Oh, they'd beat the hell out of me.
Anyway, we're going to see Trebuchets, unsupervised artilleries, and this bad boy, Lightning
Strike. Now, this is the card to play in your Ogre lane. He can get a multicast and do 12 damage.
I mean, maybe that's why he played Kana in this lane. Because
that's right.
He wants the extra company for the good luck to find the multicast on Lightning Strike.
Kana gives a little kiss. A little kiss. And Ogre says, I stole your kiss. I do nothing for you.
Okay, stop talking. Anyway,
all right.
unsupervised. Well, I think Roseleaf Druid is the likely play here to the side.
Oh, no!
Oglodi Vandal can block to be able to use unsupervised artillery.
That is correct. We have supervision coming right now, SUNSfan.
You might want to just play Tyler's Stay. I'm not sure, actually.
Booyah!
The problem with this is the creep dies right away, but you are trading heroes.
That's right.
That's fine.
Oh, look away, children.
All right. So getting good damage on the tower, but 2 creeps do survive for Rename in that mid lane, which is pretty important.
Oh, wow. Phantom Assassin getting what she deserves in this lane.
Yeah, she can survive. Another blocker in place available.
But do you really want to kill your Tyler Estate sensor?
I mean, this cheeseburger man is going ham. This is an early McDonald's breakfast here.
What is the cheeseburger man?
I'll explain to you later.
You never explained it last time.
There's nothing to explain. It's just there's a certain way you go about things in the morning, and McDonald's is your first one. Cheeseburger man, he gets bigger with each thing he eats, correct? So first meal of the day is McDonald's because they have the best breakfast.
That's any creature. Gets bigger the more they eat. Why is he Cheeseburger man?
Aren't you curious what his next choice will be for eating? Because it's all set out in stone. There's already something in plan. Jack in the Box is next, okay?
What?
That's the nice lunch meal.
No one
then
eats
if you go for dinner, which is his 3rd creep, that's going to be the Carl's Jr., which is the creme de la creme. And of course, if you get really, really hungry and it's at night, what's your 4th meal today? Slacks.
Taco Bell?
That is correct. Taco Bell is the ender, the game ender for Cheeseburger Man.
How are you alive?
I don't know.
How could anyone have that eating habit and still be breathing? One day. That's what they do to people in Guantanamo Bay. That's what they feed them.
Excellent, excellent. All right, so Tinker in this lane could go for the Blink Dagger if he wants to get out of the trouble here from the Bristleback. Of course, I assume he just wants to play the March of the Machine somewhere. Wow, these 2 lanes not looking too hot at the moment. Let's see what he ends up choosing, though.
Let's put some more heroes in this first lane. I'm sure that's a good idea. The
scary thing is a duel here, honestly. Or even enough magic.
Sure.
It's like 3 heroes. That's heavy resources, enough magic. You have 3 in your deck already, so I would not be against that.
I think you duel Kana and then just let the thing go.
No, what? Duel Kana?
Yeah, she dies.
You have Fountain Flash. You have items.
But he doesn't know that.
Yes, he does.
What?
There's a function in Artifact for those that don't know. Of course, you can see when items are in the hand. You can't see what they are.
Well, doesn't know what they are, SUNSfan.
Yeah, but you count the gold if you're at this level.
Oh,
Right?
okay.
So he's going to put the Blink Dagger onto Kana. So Tinker will die.
Tinky Winky being left to rot. Why did he even come to this lane? Oh, you thought I was so stupid.
Well, he's going to just Fountain Flash and Blink away. So, I mean, I don't know what to tell you.
Well, tell me how smart I am, because
Boom.
he found flat, but he didn't know that, though.
Apparently he didn't. You're actually correct. He did not know that. So Kana does finally go to that second lane, which is important because of the unsupervised artillery, providing creeps to get blockers. And that Prey on the Weak ends up doing a lot of damage, but at the same time, all you have are black cards in your hand right now, which is super rough.
You know what's really tilting? Not once has Petrify gotten a Trebuchet.
That's true. That is tilting.
Before level 6.
Oh, this is great. Enough magic coming in here, preventing March of the Machines, which probably would have been played in that mid lane to clean up those creeps and do additional damage to the tower. That's a big play.
That's a high-value card, though. I mean, every time that you see one of those enough magics getting played and it doesn't directly see you losing the game in the late game, I don't feel that bad about it. Sure, I don't get to put down a March of the Machines right now, but at least the game's still happening.
Yeah.
So here we go. He's just putting more heroes in that first lane. Just throw them to their deaths. In they go, into the pit.
Well, I think he really wants, I assume, to get a March of the Machines off at some point. He's hoping that Sorla does not match up directly with Bristleback because that would be another death for him.
Mm-hmm. And she does.
Well, it would technically be a Trey, but we don't know what's in Rename's hand quite yet. I'm not sure if this updates out the way. Okay, so he does have Blink and a TP.
Yeah.
We'll see if he chooses to use that or not.
A gank.
All right, gank. I mean, this is Sorla Khan, so not exactly the target you want to use a gank for. But yeah, March of the Machines on that lane makes a lot of sense. Clean up the creeps over a couple turns and do damage to the tower. And I mean, 15 damage to this tower is pretty significant.
That ain't bad. That ain't bad at all.
I mean, there could be consideration just blinking Bristleback away, potentially, and just trying to focus on two other lanes. Because this lane you know he's going for, right?
Sure, absolutely.
But you're worried about Annihilation. If you put heavy amount of heroes in that lane, kind of just annihilates, and that's just it.
Unsupervised artillery, not really doing too much, but I mean, honestly, for...
Eventually it will.
Yeah. Even if it gets one hit, I think it's not that bad. If it gets more than one hit, I think it's okay.
One hit's pretty bad.
I mean, it's
bad.
4 mana. It's the same as the Naglogi Vandals.
You mean 2 mana?
2?
4 damage, you mean.
4 damage, that's... Yeah.
All right, Time of Triumph being played instead of the Emissary. So that is 20 damage to the tower, and as we can see, only black cards in hand for Petrify. Super rough.
Yeah, if he had an Annihilation right now, this would be looking pretty foolish. But Rename, not foolish at all, baby. He got him.
Now, Cheeseburger Man looks like he did go to Jack in the Box for lunch, so looking quite healthy indeed. Savage Wolf played, so every single lane taking massive amounts of damage. But none of them will die this round, which is important because Annihilation is picked up at some point.
Is Annihilation in this deck, SUNSfan?
Yeah. He's got 3 Annihilations.
I don't believe it.
I mean, when you play blue, I don't even know if a deck exists that does not play it. Now that I think about it.
Yeah, it's pretty much a must-have. Agreed. So 17 damage.
I mean, does he have blue cards in this deck is the question. I feel like it's all black cards right now.
It's been pretty rough. All right, first lane here is going to be going into the way of Petrify.
There's the phase boots.
Hello.
All right, Sorla. Oh, she's dead.
She's dead.
She's super
Sorla Khan
dead.
doesn't hit towers. It's a myth.
All right, do you put the Tinker in mid just to laser one of the, probably the Axe?
Yeah. I mean, lasering a Time of Triumph hero is so good and so essential in these kind of late game scenarios. One of the many reasons people are running Tinker these days.
Problem is you need initiative, right? So I don't know if you can play anything in this first lane. First, all you need is 2 damage.
You don't need initiative. You just need to make sure that you're not in front of a hero and they don't have duel.
I mean, Kana's already in place of the... I mean, for Berserker's Call, that's a pretty nasty one.
That's not good.
All right.
Hey, artillery, though. How's our middle lane looking?
It's
that's looking good.
No, but this Berserker's Call just wins the game, I think. So you have to save initiative here. Makes a lot of sense.
He doesn't have Berserker's Call, but he doesn't know that.
Yeah, he doesn't know that. Of course.
He doesn't know that. How could he know that?
Now, 9 damage being 9 damage being applied to this tower can, I mean, with a Spring the Trap, maybe you play Spring the Trap in the mid lane.
Yeah, I think you do.
It only blocks 2, though.
You do have some assault ladders with an unsupervised artillery.
He's going to play it here.
He's going to try to block up that damage.
It's not about blocking the damage. I think it's more about trying to kill this tower next turn.
Sure.
I mean, it's only 14 health, so definitely not out of the question. He does have Blink Dagger, so Lycan will probably come over, or maybe a Time of Triumph hero.
Bruh!
Yes?
Bruh!
Are you... What?
He does have the opportunity, I believe, to do some massive damage here.
All right, well, laser onto Axe, so no Berserker's Call, although of course not in the hand anyway.
But hey, still helps with the damage. We've got Assault Ladders, 2 of those.
Oof.
That's real good. We got another unsupervised artillery. That's pretty good.
The problem is, if he... I mean, he does have coup de grace at some point, hopefully, if you're rooting for Petrify here. I'm just looking at from every scenario, can you take the tower next turn and not die at the same time?
That's a tall order right there, my friend.
8 damage is going to be done, right, through Siege next turn by both these heroes. If you get coup, could help, but you need to do damage right now.
Let's do some math. You get Assault Ladders, you got 2 of those. You do have another unsupervised artillery, and don't forget he's got that Oglodi Vandal. So he could, if he gets it below 4 HP, he could kill it before the round actually gets to happen. So, yes, there is a chance.
Now, how does this work?
Phase boots out. That is good. That's a lot of damage onto that tower.
It is, it is. Now, Gank, with 9 HP, I don't... you could go for the Legion Commander, but...
Why?
It's going to be a suicide. I'm just looking at every scenario possible.
No!
Right? No need to...
Oh, no.
All right. Oglodi Vandal's played. Assault Ladders will probably fall, or maybe the unsupervised artillery as well.
That's a risky play right there. No, I think so, because that's one of the only cards, you know, that's able to do some massive damage. If you put down that unsupervised artillery, woo!
Oh, okay.
I mean, that's looking pretty good.
I mean, he technically didn't need that to kill the tower, though, because if Tinker gets swapped into this creep, right, that would be 7 additional damage, and then the Marching Machines for next turn would have gotten the lethal. But either way.
Or he could have done unsupervised artillery and done, you know.
If he blocks everything, yeah.
I could use this.
I mean, he's blocking everything right now.
He's just going to blink Kana as well. There's no reason to keep this here on the lane.
Why doesn't he just move Tinker right now?
He will. He will. He knows that there's... He's just testing to see if there's a duel or anything of that nature.
The game's over, SUNSfan.
All right, going to this mid lane.
The game's over.
It looks like it.
There's no reason to TP the Kana. Why TP the Kana?
Well, that's a good question.
The game's over, SUNSfan.
Well, March of the Machines would get the kill if he wasn't able to do this, but he's thinking that maybe there's a duel.
Or just a general block.
Enough I mean, yeah, there's...
Petrify, move that Tinker! Move the Tinker, Petrify!
It's game either way.
But it could have been a game for real.
Are you hungry, my friend?
But it could have been game for real, SUNSfan.
I'm actually confused. Why did he not swap?
But it could have been game for real, my friend.
I mean, this opens up the possibility for Rename to win in the first lane.
But SUNSfan,
I understand what you're saying, and I'm not sure I understand at all what just happened.
The Twitch chat did it. They spammed the thing to make Petrify losing. By God, it happened.
Is he low on? He's not even close to low on time. I'm not seeing something. He's going for the definite blocks here. I mean, here's the thing, right? With 4 mana, here's the thing.
Here's the thing.
You swap. The reason we're tripping out is because we can see the hand.
Yeah.
If you're not seeing the hand, Stonehall Elite blocks him if he swaps, and you don't get the tower that turn. So he's playing all possibilities right now.
That's fine.
Okay?
You know what? The game's over.
That actually makes a lot of sense.
March of the Machine comes out. The tower's dead anyway. Yes. That's right. Never doubt the pro players. He had to think that there could have been a block there.
It's very risky to... if you don't know the hands off.
Very risky to all in. You're right, SUNSfan. I got caught up in the moment and I forgot.
Initiative is on the side of Rename. Time of Triumph is available. He only has 2 heroes, so Siege will not be... He's looking for a Berserker's Call, potentially, but not going to find it.
No, that's unfortunate. If he had got the Berserker's Call this round, whoo!
Well, Berserker's Call, what does that do? It adds 10 damage, because LC does not get the kill on Kana. Yeah. So actually, don't think that would have been enough anyway.
Well, Berserker's Call and then a... yeah, I guess you're right.
Well, into a duel, potentially, I guess.
Yep,
could have done it. That's true.
That's true.
That would have been enough.
Mm-hmm.
But not to be. So Time of Triumph is the only thing that can be played, and as we can see...
That's a GG!
It is not enough, so March of the Machines will get the upkeep kill.
He doesn't even put down the second March. He ain't even playing.
No, he's not. He knows. He understands.
He ain't even playing.
He understands.
Oh, whoa.
And Petrify finally getting his, that's actually crazy to think, first win of today.
Well,
coming this late in
not
the
too
GSL
crazy.
format.
We've seen a lot of pro players, you know, get kind of upset at that first round and then go on that tilting spree. But it looks like our man is back. That's why he's a pro player. He thought it through. He hit the tower. It explodes 2 damage. And they said Tinker wasn't good. March of the Machines. March on out of here. Rename. Game over.
All right. Well, Petrify, very well played, I have to say. I'm glad to see these aggro decks do well. You know me. We didn't get to see Trebuchet, though. I really wanted to cast Trebuchet so
This
bad.
poor guy has got
Unsupervised
one
artillery was
Trebuchet.